Hey, it's Tip for Tuesday, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, if you've made 2024, you've made it your mission to buy a home in this new year, well, I got a good tip that I know will help your chances of achieving that real estate dream. However, you're going to have to do two things. One is think outside the box. And number two would be to do a little bit of recon. As you might know, in military lingo, that means to do a little bit of advanced scouting. Before I continue, guys, Julian Gonzalez, RSVP Real Estate. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, I'd humbly ask you to please subscribe to this channel. I know there's a lot of channels to subscribe to select from, so I'd be humbled if you select my channel. And if you, any point of this video, you learned something, you're like, oh, it's kind of cool, I greatly appreciate throwing a little like. You can also schedule something with me if you want to talk about real estate here in the Seattle area, down in the descriptions. Okay, so as we know, low inventory and your competition is going to make your life unbearable in the spring. What I say now, during this very cold day in Seattle. Now, if you don't even live in the Seattle area, you live in another part of the country that's cold right now, or maybe it's raining, people don't want to go out, this is a perfect opportunity for you to get out there and get a leg up on your competition by doing a little bit of recon. Advanced scouting. Okay. Here's what I mean, guys. Last year, showed a lot of homes. Did a lot of hiking also. And on one of my trips hiking with my great friends, Roy and Marcia, I love them. We went out to Snow Lake out by Snoqualmie Pass, which if you're not from here, it's about 45 minutes east of Seattle. On our way back, we decided to stop at North Bend to get a little bite to eat. When we went in there, I hadn't been North Bend in a long time. I looked around, I'm like, oh my God. I haven't been here. It's beautiful. A lot of new construction, great homes, family atmosphere. I go, man, what a great place. And we're only 10 minutes away from Issaquah. Another maybe 10 or 15 minutes away from Redmond. These are areas that people want to live in, guys. We all want to live in the nice areas. It doesn't have to be here in Seattle, where you're from, right? Here in Seattle, a lot of people would love to live in Issaquah, Redmond, which is Microsoft. That's where Microsoft is located. Kirkland. A lot of people want to live in Kirkland. That's Kirkland brand, guys. By the way, if you didn't know, Costco. Mill Creek, Magnolia, Ballard, Queen Anne. So many beautiful places here that people want to live in. We all want to live there, but we can't afford it. Like, Mercer Island. So that's why I'm telling you have to think outside the box. And also, you're going to have to do a little bit of recon. Take days like today that are cold when your competition is hibernating. Oh my God, it's cold. Take days and go out there and explore your surroundings, your city, your county, your state, for great alternatives that might be better suited for your budget. Now, aside from seeing what's taking place out in North Bend and places like Preston, Fall City, I also went hiking in Mount Pilchuck, which is in Granite Falls, which is north of Seattle. If you didn't know, beautiful hike there, by the way, guys. I'll make sure you have a 4x4 because it's tough to get out there. Anyhow, Granite Falls, hadn't been there in a long time. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at these beautiful houses. What a great option for buyers to look at, because they're all concentrated looking at where everybody wants to live, where everybody lives. That means it's going to cost you a lot of money. Also took some of my buyers up to Arlington. Brooke and Nick, we went up there to Arlington. They're building a lot of new construction out there. It's really on both sides of the highway. Really up on the hills, would have never thought. Even if you go towards Monroe, show them a house there. New construction out there by the fairgrounds. Go to Sandbar, or Gold Bar rather. Really nice little areas. And right before that, you have Sultan. Sultan is doing a lot of things to improve, to make the place, this small little town right off Highway 2, to make it just look fantastic. And I think they're going to get there. So that's a great option. Places people wouldn't think of, especially if you work remotely. These are great options to look at. Even if you took the ferry out to Bremerton. If you work remotely, you'd be surprised some of the houses out there in Bremerton, which is, if you take the ferry from here downtown Seattle, it's about an hour from downtown Seattle, but it's a beautiful ferry ride. If you ever come out of Seattle, take that or go to Bainbridge Island, which is about a half hour. The place, real estate out in Bainbridge Island is a little bit more expensive. Another place that I thought was spectacular, really blew my mind, took one of my buyers, my great friend, my compadre from Haiti, My brother, Nepson, says, hey, Julian, show me a condo. I want to look at a condo out by Auburn. And I know a lot of you just heard me say Auburn. You're like, no. Okay. Auburn's a great area. Not for everybody. I think it's a great area. You also have, Pacific, that area. You're like, okay, I get it. You're not enamored with that area. But we drove up to an area called Lakeland Hills. Now, I know the people in Lakeland Hills right now, if you're watching this, you're hating my guts because you're saying, oh, please don't bring people out there. Sorry. We're talking about expansion. We're talking about progress. Guys, if you go, it's just south of Auburn. South, a little bit southeast by Lake Tapps. Lake Tapps is a nice area. So we went up to Lakeland Hills, and I was like, wow, oh my God, doesn't it make you feel like you're in Seattle? Makes a really nice area. In fact, you're saying to yourself, how nice? Well, some of the homes out there go for $1 million. If the area wasn't nice, a home would not be selling out there for $1 million. Some condos, places to eat, restaurants, supermarkets, it's a great. So that I thought was, wow, what a great area. And that's what I tell my buyers. Think outside the box. And you've heard me in other videos say, sometimes you can't always go for the pretty girl on the block, which means a house, because that's going to cost you money. So sometimes you have to go outside the box, get the little ugly duckling, fix it up, build it the way you want it, and then make it into a beautiful swan. Go to some of those neighborhoods, take the times off. Like I said, these cold weather times when your competition is still dormant, still hibernating a cold winter. Everybody wants to live in the nice neighborhoods, but think outside the box, guys, and do a little bit of recon. And by doing those two things, you might bump into a neighborhood, an area you would have never thought you'd like. And by doing so, guys, you can avoid a lot of heartache and, of course, headaches. Good luck, guys. Stay safe and, of course, stay warm.